the Predator, the intergalactic thrill killer, and Wolverine, the best there is at what he does, getting down to business for an epic face-off. In this video, we're going to talk about what happens when an intergalactic huntsman and a near-immortal mutant takes the gloves off and find themselves in a good old-fashioned beatdown. We can spend days or even weeks arguing about who'd win between Yautja's apex predator, no pun intended, and the clawed Canuck. A heavily injured Wolverine emerges from the woods, limping to get away from a dangerous foe somewhere within the Canadian wilderness. Logan's had better days than this, seeing as how he's missing a huge chunk of his shoulder and his skull's been recently cracked. Wolvie himself admits that he's now become the prey to something. He turns his head, and just as he does so, a plasma beam shoots right at him. He barely dodges it, but the shrapnel from all the wood and rocks around hit him. Still, Wolvie clings to life and he runs towards a river, and it's then that his enemy's revealed. The Predator. The Yautjan warrior disables its cloaking device, standing in front of the maimed mutant. Wolverine knows this might be the end. The Predator revealed itself so that he can see who's about to kill him. And in those moments, Wolverine remembers something from his past. It's 1900 and Logan is living as a hermit in the Alaskan tundra. He hunts for food and pelts, selling the latter at the nearest outpost, on occasion for drink money. At this point in his life, Logan has been living in a cave with a bear. Unbeknownst to him, a spaceship is hovering above the wilderness outside his home. A predator jumps out of it and onto the snow-covered ground. It uses its tracker and locates the dead body of another Yautjan. Sometime later, Logan visits Scar, the only outpost in the territory, to grab some drinks. A man hires him to track down his son who's been kidnapped by thugs. The mutant agrees and they set off into the frozen woods. Meanwhile, the Predator hunts game in the wilderness. He skins his quarry and makes a bloody altar within the woods. Perhaps out of boredom or the thrill of the hunt, the Predator then spots a secluded village a short distance away, and we all know what it's going to do to the people there. Meanwhile, Logan and the man are trudging through a snowstorm when their horses suddenly buck around and run away when they approach the woods. They realize what spooked their mounts, an entire section of the woodland that has the flayed bodies of animals and people alike hanging from tree branches. The man thinks the same people who kidnapped his son were the ones who did this, so the two men continue their journey. They eventually reach the kidnapper's hideout. Logan busts in and makes easy work of the thugs, but the same man who hired him double-crosses Logan and shoots him with a pistol. The man reveals that he's just been using Logan all along to steal money from his old crew. A plasma beam disintegrates his head just as he was about to step out of the cabin, and the Predator reveals itself to Logan. The mutant lunges at the Yautjan and slashes its throat with his bone claws, but it's not enough to kill the intergalactic hunter. It retaliates and breaks Logan's claws with its spear before impaling him. Logan makes a run for it, and the two take a short breather to recover from their injuries. Then, the hunt begins. The Predator manages to hit Logan's leg with its shuriken, but he's able to reach his cave just in time for his flatmate, the bear, to pounce on the Predator. Knowing that the cave's not safe for him anymore, Logan leaves. Little did he know that the Predator survived, holding the decapitated head of his old cave mate in its hand. Flash forward to the mid-20th century, Logan's a part of the covert assassin team called Team X, along with Sabretooth, Cruel, Jackson, and Maverick. They've been tasked to go on a mission in the jungle. When they reach an abandoned outpost, though, Logan and his team find the flayed body of a man hanging upside down. A trap activates nearby, which traps Cruel within a net. And when the rest of them turn their heads, Logan and his companions find an entire hunting party of predators stalking them. Back in the present, Logan hides from the Predator as he tries to recover from his injuries. He accidentally makes a sound though, and the Predator launches grenades at him. The blast throws Wolvie right into the river and he sinks. To make matters worse, the Predator has caught up to him. He flashes back to the jungle again. He and the rest of Team X are surrounded by a group of predators. Knowing they're outmatched, Logan orders everyone to fall back. Sabretooth doesn't listen and starts shooting at the Yautjans. One of them impales him with a spear, but Sabretooth manages to stab the Predator with him, taking them both down. While on the run, Jackson gets caught in one of the Predator's traps and loses her head in the process. A bomb blows off beside them, which injures Maverick. Eventually, the 2 remaining Team X members make it to a secluded temple. There, they meet the general whom they were originally supposed to assassinate. They team up with them to fight the Predators. It's a costly victory though, and they only manage to scrape by after detonating the dynamite cache within the temple. Logan thinks he's seen the last of the Yaochins then. In the present day, Wolverine successfully flees from the Predator by using his blood to cloud its vision underwater. In his flashback, Logan is now undergoing the Weapon X project. The Predator barges into the facility and finds him unconscious on a slab. It fillets a part of his flesh and the Yaochin discovers his adamantium bones. Logan, out of instinct, wakes up and stabs the Predator with his claws, but it counters by spraying him with acid right into Logan's mouth. Incapacitated, the Predator takes Logan to its ship, ready to add his skull to its trophy collection. However, backup from the military arrives to retrieve Logan. He's a valuable asset after all. They manage to blast the Yaochin ship with missiles just enough to slow it down. Just as they enter the atmosphere, Logan wakes up, claws through the ship's walls, and jumps out the ship. The Predator makes a clean escape while the agents of the Weapon X program successfully retrieve their asset. Even more, one of their scientists grabs a hold of the Yaochin helmet, which they then use to augment Logan's hunting instincts. In the present, just a week before the events that kicked off our story, Wolverine has finally managed to retrieve the old Yaochin helmet from the Weapon X facility. He goes to the wilderness and uses it as bait for the intergalactic hunter, preparing to settle the score with it once and for all. While waiting, Logan reminisces about the samurai training in Japan. He and his master, Muramasa, halt sparring when a Predator appears before them. They manage to fend it off, but are interrupted by ninjas of the hand before they can finish the job. Logan also remembers a time not so long ago when the Predator broke into the Xavier School, using Rogue as a bargaining chip for Logan to come with it. It ultimately didn't go well for the Yaochin, as the other X-Men helped Wolvie get free even if the Predator ultimately escaped. All these memories and bloody encounters have led Logan and the Predator to the present, to their final showdown. Now, the Predator searches for Wolverine by the river in the Canadian wilderness. It sees an eye poking through a mud-covered figure. The Predator approaches it and realizes that Wolvie literally took out his eye and used it as a diversion. It works, and Wolvie jumps out of the shadows to stab the Predator right through the ribs. And now, we have ourselves a fight. The Predator shakes Wolvie off and takes out a knife. There's no running away now, as the two rush each other in a battle to the death. Wolvie stabs the Yaochin right in the throat, and the Predator sticks his knife into the mutant's chest. Their century-long rivalry has left the Predator with knowledge of Wolvie's healing factor, so it knows he's just going to recover from the knife wound. Aware that he's lost, the Predator goes for a last-ditch effort and activates its gauntlet for self-destruct sequence. Wolverine knows what the alien is doing, so he just smiles. The gauntlet's bomb goes off with the two combatants caught in the blast. A week later, a certain Canadian mutant with adamantium claws and a healing factor rises from the crater left by the blast. He takes Yaochin's knife as a trophy and wonders, funnily enough, how he'd miss their little rivalry now that it's over. So, does that answer your question about who's going to win between Wolverine and the Predator? Got any other pop culture icons you want to pit against each other? Let us know in the comments section below. And please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more amazing videos. Only here at KRTV Marvel. See you guys soon.